What do you think?
Amen and amen. Thank you so much. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring up the lady of the hour. Everybody knows that laugh and knows that voice. Tonight, she says she's not coming on camera. So, we'll just have to trust that that is her behind the laugh. So, without further ado, this mother of five amazing children, and she is a nurse of over 20 plus years. And so, I'm sure in the nursing field, she's had to go through those clinics dealing with all those kids when they get sick. And so she is going to give us and guide us with some information that will allow us to kind of avoid a lot of the pitfalls that we have to go through, especially with the kids going back face to face. And, you know, kids don't understand distance. So we have to really understand that as well. Kids don't understand, oh, I can't touch this one and I can't be near that one. So without further ado, my friend, my coach, sometimes even my mentor, Nurse Donnelly Adderley, are you out there?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you, Dr. Ruth Ann, for that great introduction, and thank you, Marva, as always. You always bring us, invite the Holy Ghost onto these calls, and I thank you so much for who you are, and for those who have joined us. And if you know persons that you've invited to this call is not on, you can tell them to come on now, because Miss Adley is not going to be before you long tonight, but she's going to be before you strong. Okay, now jumping into what we are here for tonight, our children, our little ones, our darlings, our sons, our daughters, and some of our little darlings are big darlings, because some of them are going to university or in university, so they're even our big darlings, and we want to protect them no matter which school they're going back to. We just want to be able to say, okay, we did our part as it pertains to this pandemic, what is going on. And also, it doesn't even have to be for the pandemic, because we as mothers, we know that as soon as school opens, our children, a couple days after school open, our children come home with runny nose, sneezing, coughing, gastroenteritis, diarrhea, vomiting. Why? Because they were home and they were there in their environment. And, I wish some of you were on the calls, but I know some of you were, when it comes down to the microbiome with our one and only King Clyde Campbell. And also with Dr. Adaeus, when Dr. Adaeus, for you who do not know, he is the scientist and the doctor behind Psyche Global. He has been in his field longer than he's been living, longer than most of us has been actually living. And one thing he talks about is the microbiome. And with the microbiome, it starts with the mother. It starts with the mother, and especially giving birth, being born, your children being born vaginally. So you would notice that a lot of children, and I've looked into it, and I've seen that it's true that a lot of children who are born C-section end up having even what we call juvenile diabetes, and their immune system is not as strong as that was born vaginally by whom. Okay, some of y'all got two on that, need on that, because that's a subject for another time, right, Dr. Ruth Ann? But before we get started, I'm gonna let Dr. Ruth Ann play this video.
I think I said something which is sometimes people, they don't understand the relevance. Is I grew up working for aged people to solve somebody health issue without any food supplement. It's during sleeping, for simple reason, is because we are not intervening into the body's job. So the body is able to regenerate, to do its work. And that's why if you come to Tokyo, come to my clinic, I have some patient, 105 years old. They hear very well, eyes is very good shape, skin in very good condition. So I'm not just making them surviving as we do with medicine. We are making them living in very good condition. And this is, we cannot do it directly. It can be done only by the body itself. Aged people, they are here to live for a long time. We cannot give them something that does not work. Now, to give them something work, we must start telling them the truth. The vitamins, we can take them from nutrition very easily. Our body does not need such high amount of vitamins. One orange contains sometimes 100 milligram of vitamin C, but does not contain 1000. Give the subject 1000, absorption is very low. Whatever the quality of vitamin C come from, vitamin D supplement does not work directly. As soon as you reduce their exposure to sun, it is not the same vitamin D we are getting. Yes, you can measure the same thing, but it is not the same bioefficacy. We just act in very, very specific site, like the mitochondria. Mitochondria is 70% of our weight is mitochondria. It's everywhere. By just acting in the mitochondria to reduce its oxidative stress, allowing it to start working as before, the job is done. We must solve the body's own problem, which is by having such a stressful life, by having the stress from calorie, the body's ability to regenerate, to manage its metabolism decrease. And if we bring a solution to this metabolism problem, the body can regenerate itself, does not need more help. The right ingredients is very simple. It's ingredient that existed at least 1000 years around the human. Olive leaf has been around the humans for at least 2,000-3,000 years. Our body can genetically recognize such ingredient and can absorb it. We are controlling the ingredient from the farm itself to the end products. This is, I think, the bioavailability, the dosage, the ingredient itself is the most important element. Today we are one of the few companies in the world who have their own farm to source their own ingredient. So in terms of traceability, safety, security, one of the Belage secret is ability to act in gene expression. Modulating gene expression is very important because it can do some metabolic action in the body very fast. But the product has the ability to activate some gene expression, especially on the mitochondria, that allow this great organ to restart its metabolism, to restart its activity, producing more energy, reducing the oxidative stress itself, which is much faster than any vitamins we can take. And if we can achieve this target, we can reduce a lot of bad impact on the body metabolism, balance its hormones. So better energy, better sleep, less stress. I think the main issue of obesity is what we call the obesity metabolic syndrome. The main benefits is first is reducing the glycation in the body by avoiding or reducing the ability of sugar to bend with proteins, reducing the accumulation of fat. And our studies reduce that with the Cronwy. We reduce the accumulation of fat into the fatty cells or creating new fatty cells. It's a clear advantage to at least prevent the obesity or master it. The Cronwy came for one simple reason, is we work with a lot of antioxidants. We tested a lot of formula of antioxidants, and we discovered that a lot of the process of oxidation in the human body does not work. It does not happen inside the body itself. It happened on the stomach. So we needed to have something that reduced this oxidation that happened inside the stomach. We was the first to show evidence that free radicals produced after eating a fatty meal can immigrate into the bloodstream. So the main action happened in the stomach. And the Cronwy was developed to reduce this oxidation on the stomach. So I don't think that I'm going to invent or bring a food supplement or a product that can solve some healthy problem directly. But helping the body regenerate itself, yes, we can.
Thank you, Dr. Ruthann. So you see, as Dr. Adias was Belage Adias, I keep on calling him Adias, Belage Adias. What he was saying is that our products, helps the body to regenerate itself. So let me just give you a little, let me see if I can actually make it simple for you tonight. You see, he was talking about vitamin D and he was talking about vitamin C. And he was talking about the vitamins that you buy inside the store, how it's not readily absorbed by the body. And you don't get what you need from these supplements. Why? These vitamins. And it's easy for you to see because it's plain and simple. When we take vitamins or we give it to our kids, a lot of them, and especially the multivitamins, you would notice that the urine would become darker, or the scent of the urine becomes high. You would notice that your fecal matter will become harder and it would change color. Why? Because your body didn't absorb it. Most of that will come out in the toilet. So what's the use? What's the use? If you're not, and as he said, with one orange, it doesn't give you the amount of vitamin C that you need. Vitamin D, as I said, sometimes some of us have to go outside and get that sunlight. And kids need sunlight. They do. So sometimes you think that people are just trying to, bring something before you to make up dollars or whatever. But my passion behind these products, as I always say, is what is done for me and my family. Okay? And I was grammatically wrong there. It's just my family and I, for those callers on the line tonight. But the thing about it is the Belage. When that gets into the system, because last week I was showing the slides with the efficacy of Belage. And for those of you, I explained efficacy. Efficacy means the effectiveness of something. So I was showing how effective Belage is when it comes down to viruses and for the 3CL protein. The 3CL protein is something that is already in your body. And so when the 3CL protein goes into your cells, the 3CL protein adheres. If you get a virus, just even a flu virus, any type of virus, gastroenteritis is a virus, and it comes into the body, it needs that 3CL protein in the cell to bind with. All right. And what this Belage does is stop the virus from binding with that 3CL Pro. It may not stop all of it, but guess what? Even if you were to get sick, you wouldn't get as ill as you would necessarily get. All right. This Belage, some of us on the line, when the Delta strain was in, a lot of persons were scared. And me as a nurse, that would, anyway. I had family members, very close family members, who got ill with Delta, even co-workers. Those who were on the Belage, when they got sick, they didn't have to be hospitalized. Okay? Let me just put that there. Number two, I had family members who went inside over here at the Bahamas. We have, for those of you on the line who are not in the Bahamas, our hospital where it got so bad, we had to set up what they call the Samaritan's Purse, which is a hospital in the States that had set up tents in our parking lot for persons. Okay? Tents for persons to be in who had COVID. I had loved ones in there. I sneaked Belage into loved ones who were there. And guess what? Those loved ones came out. There were some here and abroad who refused to take it. And I am sad to say they're not with us anymore. I'm not saying that, the Belage was a savior, but it assisted. And so when I say that, They took it when they were already ill. So my thing about it is, why not set up a defense mechanism? Okay, some may say, oh, well, I already taken, I drinking my moringa, I drinking my fever grass tea. Where is the white papers? And white papers are the research papers on the fever grass tea. Where are the white papers on the moringa? Where are the research papers on these things? But we at Psyche Global have the research papers. I just had them up last week, but due to technical difficulty, I'm not putting them up this week, but I will have them up next week. Okay? We have our white papers. We have our in vitro testing. In vitro testing means we didn't go in the field or in the bush and look for rat, cat, dog, monkey, cow, fish, or the moon. We used humans, like humans. We use us. We use humans for the in vitro study. Because when you give a substance to an animal, it works differently than it will work on a human. Okay? So then you have some people saying, oh, well, we test this on the fish, on the dog, or the cat, or the rat. But when did you test it on a human? Am I the human that you want to test it on? But they had in vitro studies where they tested these products on humans, and we have the research papers. Okay? And it showed the effectiveness of Belage. So now children are going back to school. What have you started to give your child to assist? Now, I said I don't talk about taking vitamins and supplements that comes right out of the body. What have you given your child to protect them against these viruses? To block the 3CL Pro from adhering to viruses when it comes into your child's body for it to multiply and make your child sick. What have you done? That's my charge to you tonight. What have you done as a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a grandfather, a grandmother, an uncle, an aunt? What have you done to protect your child tonight? That is my charge to you tonight. As I said, I wouldn't be before you long, but I'll be before you strong tonight. And let me just give you a breakdown. Our body is made up of over 60% of mitochondria. And you say, nurse, what is the mitochondria? The mitochondria is the brain, is the power, not the brain, but the powerhouse, of our cells. Now, once that mitochondria starts to die, our body gives way to illness. So Dr. Deadi is the same young man, and guess what? He older than most of us on the line. And you see how young the man look? He swears by his Belage. Anyway, no cosmetic surgery. Belage and Renew. Anyway, hint, hint. So he made the products, whereas he made it using nanobiotechnology, which is new technology. Not much persons are using that. And also, he coated the particles, trillions of particles that is in one packet that you put in water. When you put that in the water, when you drink that, what happens is, and these products can be taken from baby to granny. From baby to granny, okay? So now, when you ingest that, what happens is he does not want the enzymes, the digestive enzymes to break this product down. Because see, that's what happens in other supplements. Your enzymes break it down. And when it breaks it down, what happens is the gut cannot digest it, so you pass it over your urine or your feces, okay? He didn't want that to happen. He wanted it to go through the digestive tract and into the bloodstream. Okay, I want you all to follow me now, especially those biology majors on the line. When it goes into the bloodstream, we want it to go inside the cells. And guess what? Every anatomy of our body is made of cells. Our hair, our nails, our skin, our heart, our lungs, whatever is made of cells. Okay? So he wanted these particles to get inside the cell. So they had to be tiny, tiny enough to go through the cell membrane barrier. Most products cannot do that. They cannot do it. So it cannot jumpstart the mitochondria. So it gets into the cell and it jumpstarts the mitochondria. When that happens, your body starts to make new cells and produce mitochondria, new mitochondria. And what happens? Your body goes in the process that is called homeostasis. Now, you need to stop using all these big words tonight. Homeostasis is the process by which God had it for our bodies to heal ourselves. But because of these foods we eat, and that this goes for children and adults, all right? The type of foods we eating, what we're drinking, the air we're breathing, and stress. And guess what these children say? Oh, y'all think because you're us adults and we young, we don't have stress. Say we have stress. Yes, these children have stress. When they go to school, they have stress. Say, because a lot of us, we accepting no F and D from these children coming home. So they gotta say, oh Lord, I gotta understand this because mommy or daddy gonna be mad with me, or they gonna spank me, or they gonna argue with me because I got a low grade. That's stress on that child. Peer pressure when their classmates are making better grades than them and they wanna make better grades. And some of them cannot understand why. And guess what? Let me go back to the Belage again. The Belage, see, to learn, your brain has to be well hydrated. If your brain isn't well hydrated, the learning process is slower. Belage actually hydrates the brain. Oh, come on now, y'all there with me today. Belage hydrates, and we have the white papers on that too. Y'all want it? If anybody on this line who wants it, just let us know. And we will, the person who invited you to call, get back to them. We'll get them to you. We don't have time to hide that here. It hydrates the brain. How much of us on this call wants to see our children grades improve? How many of us on this call wants to know that, hey, we have done our best in protecting our children when they go back to school, because COVID ain't gone nowhere. It's still there. It's still there. We still are having admissions in our hospitals for COVID. These children going to school, whether they be nursery, preschoolers, primary schoolers, middle schoolers, high schoolers, college graduates, tertiary level students. They're gonna mingle with other people. And these people are coming from all different types of backgrounds, all different types of homes. And guess what? COVID is only one thing, but then we also have, as I said earlier in this call, things like gastroenteritis, things like influenza, A, B, whatever. We have these things. What are we doing to protect our children, to try and protect them, even if they were to get sick, that they wouldn't get so sick? You understand? What are we doing to help their body with that 3CL protein, that it would not adhere to the virus cell for that virus to multiply rapidly in their body? Let's slow down the process, because guess what? Another thing is the children may get something like COVID, and guess what? We have found that a lot of children, when they get COVID, they are asymptomatic. So they asymptomatic, they get COVID, they asymptomatic, they coming in your house. You who may be a little bit overweight, because COVID like that, You who may have hypertension, COVID like that too. You who may be a diabetic, COVID like that too. You who may have an autoimmune situation. You who may be even be tired, virus like tired bodies. So then that means you who's the breadwinner, you may get ill. So you protecting that child, also protecting you. So my charge to you again tonight, ladies and gentlemen on the line, what are you doing to protect your child, to protect you and your home on this back to school season? What are you doing? What are you doing? That is the big question to you tonight. Please, please take some time, go on YouTube, go online if you don't believe what we're saying on this night, and actually do your own research. Ask us for the white papers. Ask us questions, because we are here to assist you in protecting our little darlings and our big darlings too. Because boy, some of them children who go in college and high school, they big darlings, they bigger than us. Some of our children we gotta look up to, especially our sons. We looking up to them and they said, "Hey, mommy." but but ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this call tonight, because I just wanted to be before you strong. I don't know if Dr. Ruth Ann have anything to add to this call tonight, but that is my question to you. How are you protecting your loved ones in this back to school season? Thank you for listening, and I'm going to turn you over now to Dr. Ruth Ann Newton-Lightbourne.
I want to say thank you so much, Nurse Adley, as always. And, like, for instance, us being in Alabama, we have noticed how persons are just so flippant about the virus. Like, it doesn't matter to them anymore. And, I'm always asking my son, you wearing your mask at school? And he says, yeah, but not many people do. Like, it's meaningless to them. They're not checking at all. And so we have to understand that, it's habits that we have to train our kids, because what if they go on the playground? I mean, we're much stricter in the Bahamas. But what if they go on the playground and they won't play with their friends, so they pull down their mask? And then that child sneezes, and you just don't know. And it's not just protecting from virus, like not C-19, but there's other viruses out there. Over here in the States, there's monkeypox going around. I mean, that's a whole other skin of another color. Like, it's like crazy. So thank you so much, Nurse Adley, for coming on with us this evening and sharing us this information that is so needed. I don't know if there's any questions before we go, but like she said, she just wanted to be before us strong tonight and not too long. So any questions? Wow, you did an amazing job. Not one question. At least let me make sure. Nope, no questions at all. So thank you so much, Nurse Adley. Oh, Mava, you have a question?
No, I'm just saying we're good. It was very good. To the point.
Yes.
Lovely.
Awesome. So thank you very much for getting on, and we will be on again next week. Wednesday is our last back to school. And another thing to please remember, we do have a back to school special that has to be called into the call center. You will get 2 Belage for $96. That's before shipping. You can't beat that, because that's what we pay as an auto ship. That is a auto ship distributor price. So $96 plus shipping. So you can pass that on to your friends, to their families, to you. Yes?
I think we do have another one too, where you buy 2 and get 1 free as well.
Oh yes, buy 2 of the same thing and get another item, same one free. So you can also buy 2, but it would be the customer price. Or if you are a distributor and you have your auto ship set, it would be the distributor price, and then you can get a Belage for free as well. So actually, if you're a distributor and you're on auto ship, you can get that same 96 plus, I guess, a free product, if I'm not mistaken. So, but if you're not and you're a customer, You have to pay the customer price plus an additional, you get an additional product for free. Well, the same product that you purchased the 2 products for free, if I'm not mistaken. I think I have it right. So, yeah. So I hope that helps, and I hope everybody got the information that they needed. And if not, please note that this is a recorded call. So if you do need the recording, please go to my YouTube page, Ruth Ann Newton Lightburn, and you will find all of the recordings there. Please like and share. Please like and share. It would be great if you can like and share the page. That would be awesome. And so have a phenomenal evening.